You don't choose your trauma. We don't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I think I'll take abandonment, I'll take betrayal, I'll take abuse. That's not how it works. It just happens to us. And unfortunately, when it happens, we allow it to define us for years. You know, we have this trauma and then we fall into this trap. For a lot of us, it's this deep, dark depression. Some people just fall into this boring, vanilla, get up, go to work, 9 to 5 kind of life and lose the spark and the zest for life because they're not living their authentic life, which was caused by this earlier trauma. But then eventually, there's that spark. There's a whisper that comes from within and it says, no, we need to do something about this. Well, that's your soul speaking. I hate the idea that we look at our traumas as they're these bad things, because here's the truth. If our trauma never happened, we would never have the opportunity to go back and fix them. Ayahuasca will take you back and help you clean up these moments, right? And organize things so that your soul and you can merge back with your soul and become wholeness. Life is about our soul having its hero's journey. Our soul needs to have a hero's journey. We all need to have this hero's journey. And so the trauma is like the kicking off point for that. So we should be grateful for our traumas that happen. Without them, we would not have the opportunity to go back, slay the dragon. And when you slay the dragon, what happens is this. I'm gonna just use an ayahuasca journey as an example. You go back to that moment. You fix that moment, you clean that moment. It's a win for your soul. And the problem is we spend so much time living from our egos and not living from our soul space and our heart space that we forget what it feels like to live from our soul. And it feels so good and you go, you know what? I want to do that again. So then when you start making decisions through the rest of your life, you start making decisions from your soul as opposed to your ego. You start treating people a little bit better. You start consciously eating. You start consciously making decisions. Like your soul it starts remembering itself more and more and more, and that feeling starts coming back, and eventually you start living from your wholeness and your soul space as opposed to your ego space. That automatically shifts you into authenticity. And people start seeing the difference. You start seeing the glow. You start taking care of yourself. You start taking care of people. If we didn't have our trauma, you would never have the chance to remerge with your soul. It's by design. You're supposed to have the hero's journey. So the question is, why are we waiting so long? It's time. Like, it's time to go on your hero's journey and let your soul find itself.